Same company.
We play once a year. I do. I play once a year.
Magic?
Josh's birthday.
D&D. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's the second time you've played? Third?
I mean, I played in high school. Like, we did a short campaign in high school, and I've played like once or twice with my cousin. So yeah, I mean, I'd count it as like my fourth time playing D&D.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that hard to get a grasp on as long as you have an imagination.
Yeah,
So.
and that's pretty much the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Once you got an imagination and you got an idea of what you want to do, it's just...
Welcome to the War for Men podcast, brought to you by Silver Peak Plumbing. Today we have on Preston Eliason, one of my good friends. I am Mitchell Shepard, one of the co-founders of IronhideUSA. Preston.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. A little bit of early life, like what was growing up like, kind of moving into how you met your wife and how...
Yeah. Growing up, I lived in a few different places just because my dad had a job that was like, okay, we're living in Idaho right now, up in Meridian, right next to Boise. And he worked for Micron. So they're like, hey, we need you to move out to Virginia. So when I was 5, we moved out to Virginia. I lived there for 8 years. Then they were like, hey, we have a plant over in Utah. You want to go get that job? And my dad was like, that's my dream job. So let's go. So we packed up, moved out to Utah when I was about 12, 13, and lived here for, since then. In high school, I met who is now my wife. We were good friends, like really, really good friends with each other's best friends. And I ended up dating her best friend for a while. And she was like, oh, okay, so that's how it's going to be. And we didn't date at all during high school. But the entire time we were like totally into each other, and then graduated and said, hey, why don't we just date? And so we did. Then I went on a mission, came back, like, okay, let's get married.
Heck yeah.
So we got married after we got engaged after a week of dating and married a few months after that.
Yeah.
Well, after a few weeks of dating again.
I know earlier when we were talking, just kind of on the way in, you talked about like how you were the kind of handyman-ish kind of guy around the house because you were tall.
Yeah.
Did you do a lot of like housework and working with your hands?
Yeah.
Growing up?
So I've always been the go fix it, figure it out, understand how it works kind of guy in my entire family. So they would always ask me, hey, what is going on? What's this? Like, why are you doing this? I'm like, well, something was wrong with this. So I took it apart and I was like, well, I don't know how this actually works. So let's just take it apart. Remember how it was when I was taking it apart, put it back together, see if that fixed it. Usually it didn't, but I mean, you figure it out as it goes. But my dad was like, hey, you're tall. You want to do some electrical work in the basement? I'm like, sure. Because he was like, we're going to do the basement because it's unfinished. So you can do all the electrical work and I'll help you and I'll show you how it works. And so, because he's a mechanical engineer, he's done a lot of mechanical stuff, a lot of electrical stuff too. But he was like, hey, you do this. I was like, cool. And so during high school, that was mostly during high school. And also during high school, I saw that there was a welding class available. So I took it and I was like, this is going to be pretty sweet. It turned out to be a ag mech class. So agricultural mechanics. And it was pretty cool class, but most of it was about, okay, what type of fertilizer do you need? I was like, this is Utah. Not a lot of farming. I mean, there's a bunch of farming, but not a, okay. So that was half the class. The other half was learning how to weld. And when I finished that class, I was like, okay, I like this. I want to go and weld. So senior year, I started over at EMTECH, a welding course, a 900-hour course. And they said, you can get all your certs if you want to go into welding in this one class. So I did. So senior year, from start of senior year to like 2 months after I graduated, I did that course. And I
was that course like an all day every day? Because like I went to EMTECH,
yeah,
and mine was 3 hours twice a week.
Oh, mine was 3 hours every day.
Okay, see, mine was only twice a week, so I was only 6 hours a week. but mine took 4 years.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So, because electrical, it goes hand in hand with your apprenticeship program. So by the time you're done with your 4 years of on-the-job training, you have your 4 years of hours in school, which ours is 720 schooling hours, and 8,000 hours to get your journeyman.
Dang.
Which is 4 years of 40 hours a week.
Nice. There you go.
But yours is 3 hours every day?
It was 3 hours every day.
Oh, nice.
And if you got to 900 hours within the year, then awesome. And it honestly wasn't that hard to get.
How expensive was it to go to school as a welder?
Because I was in high school, cheap, dirt cheap. I think I paid a total of like $2,000.
Really?
Yeah.
For the 900-hour course?
For the 900-hour course.
Okay. If you were, let's say, like 25 and just wanted to jump in, switch careers, whatever.
Depends on where you're going. Depends on who's paying for it. If you're got a job and they're like, hey, we need a welder. You don't know how to weld, but we're going to send you to a place to learn. That's something different. But if you're paying for it for yourself, I couldn't tell you. I think it's like.
So there is companies out there that'll pay for your way in.
Yeah, 100%.
And pay your fare. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the same with electrical.
Yeah.
As long as you pass the class, they'll reimburse all of it.
That's awesome.
For like 99% of the companies.
That's crazy. That's super cool.
But it's also like $2,000 for the 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
It's like $400 a class, a semester.
Nice.
Depending on which school you go to.
Couldn't tell you. I don't remember. That was a while ago. That was senior year. So like 8-9 years ago. I don't remember a whole bunch about how much it cost other people. I know it was per hour. It was like $3 or $4 per hour. Maybe it was $10. I don't remember. But in the end, I actually ended up at the last job that I had as a welder. I was teaching one of the other guys how to weld. And it wasn't just normal. It was TIG welding, which is you're using 3 limbs to weld. You're using both hands and 1 foot to control the temperature. Nice. And it's like, okay.
We do that in electrical, but our third hand is my mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just bite down a little bit harder, gets it a little bit stronger current. Okay.
Hold in a screwdriver. Yep. Yeah. So. Yeah.
No, it's a blast.
Are you still in welding?
No.
Okay. How long were you welding?
I was welding for 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah. So I was right into high school. Senior year, I got a job as a welder because I was done flipping pizzas at Little Caesars. It was I liked doing it until they changed up the system and it made it infinitely more difficult. And I was like,
did you make the sauce on the ground? I see that all over the place where they're like mixing the sauce in a bucket on the floor.
Yeah.
Nice.
100%.
Very good.
Oh yeah. We had like a big stick, just
very cool.
Stir it. No, it was so good. Once I quit there, I started selling knives, said, nope, that's not for me. Yeah. And went and got a job as a welder. Okay. So they said, hey, if you want a job as a welder, we'll pay you X amount. I think it was like $16 an hour. It's like, okay, sure. Cool. So I got a job as a welder. And then while I was there, they're like, hey, if you become a TIG welder and you're able to do aluminum, which is, very tricky. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I can go and do that. That's fine. We'll pay you more. And I was like, sweet. So I learned how to weld aluminum and I got all the certs for it. And during the 900-hour course, it was a few months later. And as I got into welding aluminum for my job for LiveView, I don't know if you've heard of them. They're actually pretty big now. EMTECH, they do all the security cameras in the parking lot stuff. It's like a big trailer thing that has a whole generator and everything. And it's a big security camera that just sits in the middle of a parking lot. You can put it anywhere.
Yeah. They're on my job sites all the time. Okay.
That's what we would make.
You always see them in like Home Depot parking lots.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would make those?
Yeah, that's what I made. And they're like, hey, once you learn how to do your aluminum TIG welding, we'll pay you $2 an hour more. And so I learned how to do it and they never gave me the raise. I was like, come on, guys. So I asked them about that. They're like, we don't know what you're talking about. I'm like,
that's a dirty trick.
Fine. It's okay. I like welding the aluminum a lot more than doing with the MIG machines. And it was better anyways. So I was not too upset about it. I wasn't there for too much longer after that before I left for my mission. And yeah.
What in your welding career, what did you find was the hardest thing about welding?
I think the monotony, just doing the exact same thing over and over and over, because you're only got like 20 different parts that you're welding. And I mean, you get good at it, you get fast, but when it's the same part over and over.
Because you were working on like a line kind of
pretty
thing.
much. It was, here's 50 parts. We need you to weld all 50 of those parts. And then we'll give you another part, weld all 50 of those. And if you get those done, then you weld the next 50 parts of something else. And we had like 6 welders there. They were great people, honestly. It was a really good company to work for. But the people there, the environment was fine if we never talked to the people who put all the stuff together, because they liked to rag on the welders. It was, now that I'm thinking back on it, it was kind of harsh what they would do, but I mean, it's fine. Yeah. We never really talked to them anyways. So we weren't close. We didn't get to know each other. They didn't care. And I was like, okay, whatever.
What was your favorite part about being a welder?
Oh man. It has to be my other job, actually. So I was the only welder for a really small company for 5 years. And it was the best. We didn't have that many parts. We made pharmaceutical equipment, massive machines that take capsules apart, put the drugs inside or whatever it is, usually medicine, like vitamins. Yeah. So they'd throw the vitamins in, capsules would close, put them into another machine that we would make that would clean them, make them look all pretty and shiny. But at that place, that boss, he was like super, super conscientious of what was going on. Like, hey, I care about you. And that made me not want to leave. So I was there for 5 years. And for 2 or 3 of those years, my wife was like, Preston, I don't like how you smell when you come home from work. Can you get a new job? I was like, sure, I'll get a new job eventually. So I'd been looking for a couple years and trying to find a new job. I didn't know what I was going to go into. I was like, and then after a couple of years in college of doing whatever, trying to figure out something, they were like, well, why don't you go into construction? I was like, I don't know if I want to. But then I found out about architecture and I was like, ooh, actually that's pretty sweet. So I started doing an architecture course, which I just graduated in last semester. Did an architectural drafting course. Super, super cool. And during that course, I found the architectural woodworking course as well. And I was like, wait a second, there's a woodworking course at UVU? Sure, let's do it. And so I went, did that for a while, and it was a pretty cool course. I graduated from that one as well when I finally was like, hey, I love the welding side of stuff, but once again, it's the same problem. It's just the same parts over and over and over again. Sure, I would clean up the welds, make them look pretty, and that was something completely different. But after doing it for 5 years, I was like, this is a lot of the exact same thing. So I ended up quitting that job when one of my teachers was like, hey, Preston, I like all your attention to detail. Do you want to come work for me? It's like, sure. And so he does trim. And so I got into the trim carpentry business. It's like, awesome. Yeah.
Going from welding, it feels like a pretty drastic change from welding to finished carpentry.
Yeah.
Did you find that any of your skills transferred?
So many.
Really?
It's incredible the amount of things that when you do one thing and you find that you're able to do a whole bunch of little small, minute detail work on, say, this piece of metal, and then you go and transfer it to woodworking, you're like, oh, well, I mean, it just makes sense to do it this way.
It's just softer.
It's the exact same idea. It's just softer. Sure. Yeah. So using orbital sander, like, dude, you use that on wood all the time, especially if it's finished wood. Like,
It's just a die grinder.
Yeah. We would use an orbital sander on metal all the time, but I mean, we wouldn't like sand off any of the edges or anything too much. Like, it was just to put a really nice finish. So we had to get really good at getting a really nice finish on all of these metal sheets that we would put out, but putting it into wood, it's so much easier. Yeah. It's easier and harder at the same time, but I found that all of the muscles that I built up by doing all of those skills in the metal side, I was able to use a whole bunch of those muscles and like dexterity based stuff in the woodworking side as well.
What did you find to be the hardest thing about starting over into a new trade? The pretty lateral transition.
Yeah.
What was the hardest thing about starting a new one?
Probably just the fact that I had to get all my own tools. And that was a company thing. That's not like, not every company is like that. So I had to buy my own tools, which is cool.
Okay, more important question. Did you go yellow or did you go red?
Yes.
That's a terrible answer.
When it comes to the saws, the miter saw, table saw, yellow.
DeWalt.
I'll go DeWalt all day long. When it comes to hand tools, Milwaukee.
All right.
All day long.
I'll give it to you. Anything else that you found that was difficult switching over to a new trade?
A lot of driving. I didn't expect the amount of driving to be. So with the trim, you're at everybody else's houses. So you're working from home, just not your own.
That's a good way to put it.
I love it. But you're at everybody else's houses and you're moving equipment in through the basement windows a lot of the time. So it's heavy stuff, which is fine by me, but it's driving to and from different places, which is, I mean, it cuts out all the monotony of going to the same place every day in and out. Just no difference. It's just different. It's very different. And yet there's a lot of similarities when you're measuring stuff, cutting stuff, making sure it's the same length. Like, okay, cool. I like it a lot more. But I think one of the hardest out of everything that I've talked about so far, like, I mean, there are things that happen that everybody has to deal with. The one thing that really does mess with me is the amount of dust that gets into the air. So I wear a mask and it's fine, but yeah.
After cancer, I don't do dust. I don't do attics.
Yeah, that does not surprise me. With one lung, I can't imagine.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes it rough sometimes.
But like it gets into my system and like coagulates in the back of my throat. So half the time I can't even breathe. I'm like, this is not comfortable. Okay.
So growing up, being a handy guy, thinking back, what do you think is the most important skill that you brought into a trade? Besides being tall.
Yeah. It is very nice being tall. Not going to lie. Except for when my boss is like, Preston.
Do the bottom cabinets?
Yeah. You're tall. Do the high stuff. And I'm like, I've been standing here for 10 minutes looking up at you. I'm starting to get dizzy, man.
The arms burn, the shoulders burn.
I think probably the biggest thing is figuring stuff out. Like learning how to take a situation, extrapolate what needs to be done, and figure out how to do it in a way that makes sense.
What would you call that? Mechanically inclined?
Yeah.
Type of thing? Or
there's a word for it. I'm trying to think. I can't.
Imaginative?
Yeah. Yeah.
Use
your imagination.
That's one, especially on like remodels, that I find is a lot of people. Like here's a wall. I have to figure out what's behind that wall without taking down the drywall. Okay, so I know there's an outlet here and an outlet here. I got to figure out, maybe they probably ran it this way. I can hopefully guess what's behind that wall, but I have to use my imagination. I've done several remodels, and my least favorite is you're remodeling their house and they're still living in their house. Have you had any of those yet? My favorite is I get there at 7:00 and I'm starting working, and they come out at 8 a.m. in their bathrobe to make a cup of coffee, but I'm redoing their cabinet or I'm redoing their kitchen, and they just have like a lifetime table with all their stuff on it. It's so awkward. It's so awkward.
I don't have to deal with that because I'm always in the basement.
Right.
And so anybody that comes downstairs knows that it's a work zone and that everything is covered in dust because, I mean,
They have to go through the zip walls.
yeah. I'm like, okay. No, it's, yeah. No, I don't have to deal with a lot of human interaction when it comes to the people that are there, that live there. Sometimes, but usually I'm able to be like, hey, I'm not supposed to be telling you what's going on here. That you got to talk to my boss about that. And I sent them over to him and like, yes, I don't have to deal with this.
I throw my PMs and bosses under the bus all the time. That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
That's what they're there for.
100%.
You recently just had a kid. And actually your first kid and my youngest are 4 days apart.
Yeah. Yeah. 4 days, something like that.
How have you balanced work life and home life? Right. You said that you're like a shift lead or
I am
a
shift
foreman on your site. That can a lot of times, just from my own experiences, can be a lot of weight on your shoulders and
Sometimes.
coming home and I'm still thinking about the job and whatnot. How do you balance home life and work life?
It's not that bad usually because when I'm at home, I'm able to put everything that's in my mind about work off until I need to turn that switch back on. And I don't know if it's healthy to be able to just turn off all of that side of my life while I'm at home.
I mean, compartmentalize, right?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. It's nice sometimes. And then other times my boss is like, Preston, did you forget something? And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? Like, you didn't do this and this. I'm like, oh shoot, dude, you're totally right. Like I turned off my brain 10 minutes before I left. Like I should have left it on until I got home, or at least until I left. But a lot of the time I'll be driving home and I'm 10 minutes down the road, already on the freeway and stuck in the middle of traffic at that point. And I'm like, oh shoot, I totally forgot. It's okay. I'll be back tomorrow. I can fix it tomorrow. It's okay. When I get home, it's really nice to be able to have some sort of home time because at my last job as a welder, it was a 5 to 4 job. So it was 11 hours every day for 4 days a week. So, I mean, I still had Fridays, but with this job, I've been able to get home, same time as I would get home with the other job, but at least I get 5 hours with my family instead of an hour and a half before I have to hit the hay or I'm going to be exhausted the next day.
Yeah, I'm on 410s right now and it feels like that.
Sometimes I love that style of work, but at the other point, like, man, it's nice to be able to get a little bit of rest every day.
Yeah.
I think the amount of time that I put with my family is enough. But I mean, I'm always trying to be like, okay, what's more important, my family or this, my family or that? And I'm like, it's always going to be my family.
Sure.
It's sometimes annoying to put my family first, especially when I'm trying to go and work out and get at least a little bit of physical activity in after a long day of work. I'm like, okay, yeah, it was a physical job, but I still want to go to the gym to.
I have a lot of coworkers that just say work is the gym.
Yeah.
And a lot of other coworkers that are like, no, they're not the same thing. You use the same muscles here that are not benefiting you in other parts of your life. They benefit you for your job, but that's it.
And man, I've never been stronger in those muscles as I am right now.
Right. I have a couple of father questions, right? So as a fresh father, what is your favorite thing about being a father?
Just seeing him laughing.
He's a cute kid.
He's
a cute kid.
Oh my gosh. Dude, he is like the most energized, run around, don't stop. And my wife will attest to this during Sunday meetings when I'm off doing one thing and she's in a different room with all the women. I'm with all the men, and she's like, I'll take the child. And I'm like, okay, sweet, because I've got other things I need to do.
Ours are regularly play together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And they'll run around that room, and I'm like, I don't know how you do this. Like, this is but no, he is just the funniest, happiest little kid. Even when he gets hurt, he's like, okay, I got hurt. Mom and dad always laugh at me when I get hurt.
That's the trick.
So I'm going to laugh too.
We did that we did that with my boys growing up, and we're doing it with our daughter. Is anytime they fall and stuff, you cheer.
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh, and coddle them real
Fall
close.
Down. Yay.
And it's like, oh, I'm hurt, but I don't know how to feel. But you're not. It's like when they're hurt,
yeah.
You know.
You take care of it.
You know. So like when my son broke his leg at like 2 or 3, we knew because he was crying. Where normally he like falls off the trampoline and he's hurt, but like he's not broken, and he's just kind of bumbled, and he's just quiet, not bawling and crying.
Mm-hmm. No. It's very different.
I like that way.
Yeah.
As a parent, it helps my sanity.
Yeah. I'm totally fine with them getting cuts, scrapes, and bruises, but as soon as you're starting to break limbs, like, okay, let's be careful about this.
There's a time and place to. I got some deep questions. You okay?
Please,
with some deep questions. Okay.
Of course.
So, what is something that as a father you don't want your son to find out about you?
Oh man, I have a temper.
Okay.
Yeah, it's subtle when I'm trying. But man, when I stop trying for half a second, it can flare and it can get bad.
I get that.
And in my mind, I'm raging. But outside, I try and keep pretty calm. I want to punch things. I want to slap the walls. I want to just destroy my hands. But, oh man, I am like terrified that I'm going to hurt him. And that is one thing that I don't want him to ever realize.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully he listens to this when he's a little older and gets it. How do you find that you cope with that?
A lot of the time I have to leave the room. I have to go away. Because if I stay in that situation, I'm going to stay mad. I'm going to stay angry. If I can leave for 5 minutes, I can take a few deep breaths, count numbers, just meditate for a minute. And usually I'm able to calm down, be like, look, it doesn't matter. It's something stupid. There's no reason to be upset about it.
What do you find is one of your biggest stressors? Like mine is chaos, right? Like a lot of loud noises. I'm stressed about the job. I'm stressed here. My kids are going nuts. I'm usually have like a book or a podcast going. It's just too much. And then my kid does something and I get snappy.
Yeah. Usually it's when I ask him to stop doing something and he looks at me. He's like, oh, okay, I'm going to do that exact thing again. And
Defiance.
Again. And I'm like, stop grabbing the plunger, dude. This is disgusting. Like, it's not dangerous, but
it's gross. It's gross. Yeah. Yeah. My daughter has found the stove.
Yes.
Yep. And it's she's loving opening the stove.
Yep.
And it's never been on while she's done it.
He did that
but
last
she stands
week.
like this and she pulls it here and it's gonna knock her teeth out.
Yep.
And I know it.
I mean, I have baby teeth still, but
yeah, they grow back.
They'll be fine. No, we actually just bought a little stop for the oven because he did do that last week and it was on.
And he learned.
Or
did he?
No, I mean,
okay.
he didn't burn himself. And I was like, okay, that's fine. It was almost not fine because he had his hand reaching over and around to like grab it when my wife was like, oh no, okay, and grabbed him and stopped him from like searing his hand. So it was fine. Usually I get upset about things that are like, okay, he's going to hurt himself and he doesn't understand. Which is, I mean, it makes sense that he doesn't understand it and that he's going to, but in the moment, it's not logical.
Yeah.
You kind of can't.
And it's hard. He's coming up on 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like he's 14
Yeah.
and be like, okay, you're just being dumb. Like you're
Yeah.
just not listening.
But he's starting to get the early stages of logic. Like, oh, if I throw this over there, I still want that thing. That means I have to go get it, right? No, I'm okay.
I can cry and whine. Mommy
Yeah.
will go get it.
A lot of the time it's when I'm exhausted, it's been a long day, and it's 2 a.m.
Sure.
And I've been sleeping for 2 hours, if even. And he wakes up screaming his brains out because he lost his binky. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I can deal with that. But sometimes it's
Jake's over here nodding his head like he's got experience with it.
Oh my God, dude. That's been this whole fucking week. He's been like waking up just screaming.
Yeah.
For like 20 minutes.
Jake's kid is
17 months.
17. Oh, yeah.
Same
That's
age,
right. That's right. Same age.
Like
Same age.
the plunger thing,
Yep.
toilet lifting up, trying to slap his head.
Yep. Yep.
Mine is she's reaching in the toilet
Yep. Play with
Yeah.
water.
because
Yep.
we're dumb enough to leave the door open. Heaven forbid.
How
I'm like,
dare
I
you?
can't have the toilet paper on the holder anymore. It's got to be up high.
Hiding.
My parents keep coming over. They keep putting it back on the holder. And he immediately goes over there and the whole thing.
Yeah. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
So are you find that you are cognizant enough to recuse yourself from the situation
Sometimes.
sometimes? Yeah. No,
Sometimes.
and you feel bad about it in the moment, but it's so common. Like everybody, like that's one that I feel like a lot of people hide and is like, oh, I'm perfect. I'm great. No, dude, I snap at my kids.
Yeah.
Like I know if you're walking past and my windows are open, you're going to hear me. You're going to hear me. I'm sure my neighbors know exactly when I'm yelling at my kids. That's one that is so common to just bark.
Yeah. It's so easy and yet so hard to hold it in and not.
Right.
Yeah. Oh man. It's hard on yourself too.
I feel so bad
You
every
feel like
time.
garbage, like absolute dog crap right after. Just,
What is the most important thing that you have learned from your kid?
What have I learned from him? So many things. A lot
Algebra?
of it is, algebra, geometry, man, trig. Mm-hmm.
Knew it.
He astounds me at how smart he is. Like, you're 17 months old. Why are you able to understand what I'm saying? Look at me, think through it, and then disregard it completely. And you know that he knows. Now, he might not be able to know 100%, but
yeah,
it astounds me at how smart the little goober is.
If he's learning that fast,
Yeah.
think what you could do if you put your mind to it.
Yeah, it's wild.
I can't do it. I've learned all I'm going to learn. What is something that when you were growing up, you want sorry, let me rephrase. What's something that when you were growing up and you saw in your father that you want your kid to see in you?
There are a couple of things. One is the love of my parents. I have always aspired to have a relationship like they have because I have never once seen my dad get upset with my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's something that is.
I think I'm the same. Me and my wife, our goal is to embarrass my children as much as possible.
Yeah.
They've got their friends over and I'm going to make out with my wife.
Heck yeah. There you go.
Just embarrass them. But they know. They're going to know.
And that is like the number one thing that I've seen my dad do that I'm like, okay, I love that. And I've never had a full on like argument with my wife, yelling and such. There have been disagreements and that's healthy. But it's something that I love. And him like being stern with us, yes, but being willing to go and comfort as well. I've always found like, I mean, he might not understand a whole bunch of emotional cues, but he's able to logically figure it out. Maybe not emotionally. I love my dad, and he is fantastic in so many ways.
I feel like your dad and my dad's a lot alike.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I've met your parents. And actually, I knew your brother before I knew you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
He is one of the people of all times.
Yeah.
No, he's a great guy.
He is a fantastic guy. He's hilarious. Weird as all.
He worked at the supply house.
Yes.
that we purchased all of our parts from.
Yeah.
Like the relationship between your mom and dad
Yeah.
is something that you want to emulate.
Yes.
In your relationship, showing your son. What else? So there was a few things.
I said that I do also want to be able to be there for him, like be a part of his life. Because my dad, he would always get home at like 6 and he was there. He would play with us and he would spend some time with us. He might have been exhausted. I know he was, but I also was able to have some bonding time with him. And that is like a huge thing that I want to be able to have with my son.
Is there any big activities? Like, so I can, for example, in my family, it's always like hunting, fishing, going outside, going shooting, stuff like that. Is there any activities that you are taking with you?
Camping. We would go camping. It wasn't like every month or so, but it was like a couple times a year at least. It was a lot of fun. And then,
did you guys do big group camping or just like your family?
Yes, both. So we would do the fathers and sons. We would always go to those. Those
are so much fun.
Yeah. And we would, every once in a while, like we would just, as the guys, my dad and his 4 sons, my 3 brothers and me, and we would go camping. My mom, not a big camper.
See, that's where my wife is.
So my wife loves camping though. So I'm like, yes.
I'm trying. My wife's from Orange County, California, and it shows that there was not a lot of camping growing up. There was a lot of Disneyland, but not a lot of camping.
Nice.
She really does enjoy the outdoors, and she enjoys being there. She doesn't like sleeping in a tent. She doesn't like. So, that's awesome.
I don't love sleeping in a tent, but I love the feeling waking up in the morning and being like,
At almost 35, I don't like sleeping on the ground.
No.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy a little cot. I mean, I do have a cot. Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah. With a nice thick pad on top. Yeah. What is something that you're currently struggling with that people can't see?
Addictions. Yeah.
And everybody has them.
It's pretty brutal. It's not something that I like, because who likes to be addicted to anything? But when it's so easy to fall into the same addiction over and over and over again, and it's like, okay.
Well, it's anything.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't have to be the big one, right? It doesn't have to be heroin.
Yeah.
Right? It's the energy drinks in the morning. I don't drink the caffeine for the caffeine anymore. It's my emotional support rock star.
Yeah. See, I can't drink caffeine because of the meds that I'm on.
Okay. You don't need it.
No.
So
if I did drink caffeine because I have ADHD, it would put me to sleep.
Yeah. That's yep. Instead of taking prescribed meth, I take caffeine for the same thing.
Sorry, what was the question exactly? What was it?
What is something that you're currently struggling with that people can't see?
That little thing that's constantly triggering in my brain. And if I do fall into whatever trap it is, like if I do fall into that addiction, it destroys me. Like, it might not happen every day. It might not happen every week.
When I've had things in my past and currently, that's one that I feel like there's some people I talk to about it, and I get 1 or 2 reactions, and it's like, oh, you're fine, man. You're like everybody else. Yeah. Don't worry. And then there's the ones that are like, I'm judging the crap out of you now. And it's like, wait a minute. You have something that you're addicted to.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, right? I don't know what it is, but it's something. Everybody has something. And I have so many friends that a lot of coworkers that are like trying to get off nicotine and trying to get off whatever, or they're struggling with all sorts of addictions that, I don't care what they are. You're a good dude struggling with something.
Everybody's struggling in their own way.
And so I think that's a very good way to look at it and just say, hey, I don't care what your problems are. I just care who you are.
We're all human. I mean, if you look at it from multiple directions, I'm very, very much a Christian, like super, super into church, right? And with that, everything I do basically relates back to God for me. And I love to, like, if somebody is saying that they're struggling with something, it's like, okay, you are a child of God, right? Our Father in heaven loves you. And that means I'm supposed to love you. So, like, in the most manly sense of that word, I care about people. And that's a big flaw of mine, but it's also a huge, like, the opposite end.
It's a big plus. But one of my favorite things is, like, when I go to church and I'm walking down through the congregation and I smell like cigarette smoke, right? We're both of the LDS faith, and I smell cigarette smoke. That's my favorite thing to smell in church, or like weed. Because you're here, you're trying, you're doing something, right? I don't care that you don't, like, follow all the rules or whatever.
Who does?
You're
Nobody.
here, and I don't care if you're trying or not trying to stop.
Church is not for perfect people. It's a hospital.
Church is a hospital. What does that mean?
It's for somebody who has problems. Why do you go to the hospital? Because you're hurt. Because something's going on in you.
I hate the hospital.
I'm not disagreeing with that in the slightest.
But it does help.
But church is for you to grow, to get better.
I like that a lot. I have found that having a belief in something is massively beneficial. I personally don't care if you believe in God and Jesus Christ, whatever it is. Having something to believe in makes you a better person.
Yeah.
I heard it somewhere. It was probably some, like, street roast or, like, Bible bashing, whatever, atheist, non-atheist, I don't know. But it clicked in my brain, and the guy said, okay, well, you can believe in God in the afterlife or something in the afterlife or nothing. Either way, when you die, something happens, and it's either nothing or something.
Yeah.
and whether it's whatever religion you find suits you the best, having something and somebody or somebody's massively makes you a better person.
There was a solid chunk of time where my little brother was professing to be an atheist, and it was fascinating to talk to him. And I loved talking to him when he was like that. I mean, he's back within the church right now, and he believes in God and in Jesus and all of the things, but it was really cool to have those, like, discussions with him, those moments of, well,
I like that you said discussions, not rage baiting.
Yeah.
Not, you're wrong.
Well, a lot of the time it was right after we finished at the gym, we sat down in a hot tub and we were just talking, or we were in the steam room or the sauna or wherever we were at. Yeah. We were talking, and he's like, look, I don't know what exists. I don't know what's out there. I don't know if anything is after death, but what's the point of living if you're going to suck at your life? I was like, dude,
that's a good point.
Like, be a good person. Yeah. Because other people will be good to you. You're just going to enjoy life a lot more if you like people. I'm like, okay, I agree.
I heard another quote. Oh, it's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yeah.
And he says, what's the point of worrying? You just suffer twice.
Yeah, there you go.
I feel like that goes hand in hand.
Yeah. That's good. I like that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I've never heard that because
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie, but
See, it's a good movie.
is it?
Number
Okay.
one. I find number one was the best.
Okay.
But
I'll watch it eventually.
is there things that you plan on teaching your son to allow him to, no, not allow, but set him up for success in the future?
Yeah. I mean, I want him to enjoy the hobbies that I have. And honestly, I'm a huge woodworker, right? So not just when I'm at work, because that is a very different type of woodworking than what I actually love doing. Sure. I like making things, right? So I have tons of hobbies of like, okay, I make rings and I sell rings because why not? Wooden rings? Yeah. I mean, I wear one right now. Yeah. I want him to learn how to like do manual labor, especially when it comes to woodworking, because that's my love. And if he can learn how to work with his hands, that is something that will never leave him, especially if it's a trade that he goes into or something that ends up being working with wood. I mean, if it's not, that's fine. And it's totally good.
Beneficial to any job that you go into.
Doesn't matter.
Because you're going to own a house.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, or you're going to live somewhere that you're going to have a car.
And there's that one little thing that almost every woman loves. And it's, well, are you a handyman? Do you do random things around the house? Can you fix stuff? Can you make stuff?
I break stuff just so that I can prove to her that I fix it. Just
turn off the water and be like,
I unscrew a light bulb. Yeah. Like, babe, I'm so good at electrical work.
Let me fix it. That's so good.
Is there any advice that you might have for anyone considering the trades? You have two fields of experience.
Yeah.
What advice would you have someone who just is thinking about it?
I think the biggest point of advice that I would say is be caring about people, because everybody's going through something. There's a huge quote that it's like, I used to think that you look out at a group of people, half of them are struggling with something major. And that was wrong. It's closer to 90%, if not higher. So everybody's struggling with something, right? I think the best way to go through life, whether it's at a job, especially a trade, because let's be honest, it's kind of brutal out there. A lot of people in that line of business are not the most kind people when it comes to jokes and stuff that people make. And it's like, okay, cool. That's fine. As long as you can understand that it's supposed to be a joke and it's supposed to be funny, at least to them, it's something.
Sure.
But if they have a bad reaction to whatever joke is made, don't make that joke anymore. Don't do something like that. Don't be a dirtbag, because if you are, they're liable to be a dirtbag right back to you.
Right.
And it's just not fun.
Well, that raises a really good point. A lot of the trades can be a fairly toxic place. A lot of really angry people, a lot of just grumpy dudes, and a lot of egos. My work's better than yours. I'm just a better person than you. How do you combat that? Just from me knowing you, I feel like you're not a super ego guy and not a really big confrontation guy.
No, I hate confrontation.
Not that you're not willing to like stand up when it's there, but
I will.
To create it.
Yeah.
Right? You'd rather de-escalate than
always
bring it in. How do you combat other trades or contractors or whatnot that are just jerks?
I just sit there and listen. And then when they're done, say, okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I don't
just kind of take it.
Retaliate. I'll take it. I'll be like, okay. I might not agree, but I just say, okay. And I'll go talk to my boss. And if we have to do anything about it, we'll figure it out. But because I've had this one PM which we just quit all of his jobs just yesterday.
It's not uncommon to just blacklist guys.
Yeah, we did. We had to, because it was bad. But he came to a job site one time and just started ranting at me. And I was like, what did I do?
You're like, dude, it's 6:30 in the morning.
I'm not. Yeah. I ended up like sitting there for a couple of minutes, let him go. And then when he left, I sat down for probably 10 minutes just to like let my insides stop roiling because I could feel it just like going crazy, and like the amount of anxiety and nervous energy and just not necessarily anger, but it's just like
Butterflies.
yeah, they were just going just haywire. I'm like, there's nothing I can do about this. I'm just going to sit here, let him get it out of his system. I'll talk to my boss. Turned out he was wrong about basically everything that he said.
The guy or
The
your
guy.
boss? Okay, yeah.
The guy. Yeah. So it was like, okay, good thing I didn't. I started to try and explain something to him, and he cut me off, told me to shut up and listen to what he had to say. It's like, okay, I'll shut up, listen to what you have to say, and ignore everything that you have to say. So I'll hear what you have to say, but I won't listen.
Do you ever find that you're just white knuckling it
Yeah.
and just it's too much sometimes?
I've had moments where, yeah, I'm like, okay, I just walk away, and they'll yell at me as I'm walking away. I'm like, no, I'm not going to take this. And I leave because I can't deal with it. I am a very sensitive person, and I might be a big guy. Like I'm not small. I'm not a huge dude, but I can pack a punch. I can lift weight. Like, I love it. I've done some things that I've tackled people and told them to shut up and stop railing against other people that I care about. But I'm not gonna hurt you because I can't deal with it.
Well, not everything needs to be a fight.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Emotionally, if I hurt somebody emotionally, dude, I feel like garbage, right? Like we were talking about yelling at kids, like it's so easy to fall into that, but you feel like garbage. I can't do it. So I have to apologize. I had to do that the other day at work, and my boss was like, dude, why are you apologizing to me? That you were making a joke about it. I'm like, yes, but it still wasn't kind what I said. And it's kind of stupid, but it also takes that weight that I have on me because I feel bad about it, and it just lets it go. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I had that not too long. It's been a minute, but I had it a while ago. I was foreman on a project, and we were getting after my PM to be like, hey, you got to clean these units. You got to clean these units before we go into them. Someone's going to get hurt. My guy got hurt, right? My guy, kid fell, broke his arm, broke his nose. I think even fractured his skull. It was really bad.
Oh, that's bad.
But it was because he set up his ladder in a goofy way, and anyway, he took a header off a ladder. Damn. And the next morning, he went to the hospital. Next morning, my PM called everybody in, had a safety meeting, little stand down, and I went off on him.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, here's these texts. And I just started letting him go. And as soon as that meeting was over, I called my head of HR, and I was like, hey, you're going to get a call because I went off on our PM. I feel really bad. I'm going to breathe for the next hour, and I'm going to go apologize to him. But you're going to get a call because I did it in front of everybody.
Yeah. And that's the biggest problem when that happens. It's like,
you got to eat your ego a little bit. So I've definitely had times you either have to bite your tongue or apologize.
I mean, yeah, they messed up, but doesn't mean that you didn't mess up in that moment. So
I did have to apologize the other day because I inadvertently called my engineer an idiot to his face, and didn't realize I did it in the moment. I had to go back and be like, send an email. Hey, I'm sorry. When you were starting out in a trade, if you could do one thing different, what would you do?
I would have to say, man, that's a hard question. I like it though. What would I bring in? Can I have a second to think?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah. So like, for example, as I was thinking about it, I would have changed a little bit, like my attitude and the energy that I started with, right? Yeah. I started hot and heavy, and I started like, all right, we're going to be roping these houses. I'm going to start running all over the place. I burn myself out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Right. So like pacing, I can do so much more if I take it a step back and just go longer rather than running. I mean, it was great because I lost like 20 pounds in the first month running stairs on townhomes.
Dude.
But if I'd have just slowed down a little bit, I think I could have focused more on learning rather than rushing.
Oh, yeah. I have to say I would stop. Listen. Don't try and do while I'm watching. Because that is one thing that I found that I don't do. I like to do while listening. And I don't know if that's just an ADHD thing where it's like, okay, I've got to do so much, everything I can at the same time. But if I'm watching somebody do it, I find that it's a lot easier to learn what I'm supposed to do. And yes, it is slower. What would I bring in at the first point? It would be, okay, how does this job work? What do you want? Or what does the boss or the manager or the site supervisor, what do they want and how do they want it done? Because if you're used to doing it one way and you try and do it that way and the supervisor doesn't like it, you're never going to get away with it. I don't know. It's a really good question.
Last thing I have is we like to end with, I know there's some podcasts out there do like dad advice or whatever. We like to do man advice.
All right.
So if you could give a piece of advice to just all men everywhere on how to just be a better dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like not even dude, a man, right? Like what a man is. What advice would you give?
Honestly, care about people. You can't be a good man if you hate people.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of, at this point in time, they say like chivalry is dead. Being a gentleman, you can't be more of a man than like somebody who cares about people, and then people will care about you. I don't know if that's like really manly or feels manly.
No, it absolutely is.
Moment, but
it doesn't have to be like stand up, punch a grizzly bear in the face manly.
yeah,
It's being a man. It's caring about those around you.
yeah, be chivalrous.
I found it really funny where I think me and my wife were talking about it when we were dating and stuff, but like when you're being a gentleman just to women, right? You're not flirting with them, you're not whatever. They take it as flirting.
Yeah.
Because it's not common.
I know.
Just
and I got in
being
trouble with that in high school all the time because I was kind to people.
With like girlfriends and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, Preston, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you talking about?
I see like
You're flirting
Instagram
with
reels all the
everybody.
time that are like, oh, my husband held the door for another woman. Good.
Good guy.
Good dude.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he picked up her coat and gave it back to her. Is he supposed to be a jerk? But yeah, that's what it is. It's simple things. I like that. That's one that I need to get better at. Not that I'm bad at it, I guess. I've been married we're coming up on 10 years here.
Nice.
Next year. I don't know, my wife's going to kill me if I'm wrong. But yeah, there's little things like I've stopped holding doors and I've thought, I think about it all the time and I just don't anymore. I need to get much better at it. Preston, thank you so much for sharing your life with us, sharing your experiences. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
I love your story. I love you. You're a great dude. I love hanging out with you.
Yeah, I love being with you guys. Like,
We did a really fun D&D campaign the other day.
blast.
So much fun, goofing off.
helps when you're playing as a 800-pound, 8-foot tall
Yeah, just
metal
goofing
bird.
off.
It's fun.
Being a man, being a nerd. One thing, do you sell your rings?
Yeah, I do.
Is there somewhere that people can find you to look into it?
You can go on to Instagram. I don't do it like commercially or anything. I do it word of mouth, just to people I know. Like I sold a couple weeks ago to Andrew Van Fleet.
Yeah.
He bought a couple off of me. He was like, "Hey, you do rings. Let me buy a
Funny because
couple."
that's also a guy that I might want on the podcast.
Yeah, he would be
he's
awesome.
he's a good dude.
He would be awesome on here.
Where do they find you? You said Instagram.
Fredward Jones Jewelry.
Fredward?
Yeah.
Fredward.
Fredward, like Edward and Fred. So Fredward.
Fredward Jones.
Yeah, it's just an alias that I came up with
That's
in high
perfect.
school. Like,
That's
I
hilarious.
think it was freshman year.
It was definitely a D&D name.
Yeah.
Yep. Fredward Jones.
Yeah. Fredward Jones Jewelry.
Cool.
Or FJ Jewelry. I don't remember exactly what the handle is, but I mean, it's.
Thanks for popping in on the War from Men podcast. Go ahead and like, subscribe, comment, share this with your friends. Share this with someone who might be thinking about joining the trades. Share this with someone who is a fresh father. Thanks so much for being here.
You're welcome.